When Isaac Newton made the philosophical statement, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants," he never knew this would one day apply to the children of a late giant, a titanic legend, an enigma in every sense of it, an erudite scholar, a legal luminary, a political colossus, a community icon, and a quintessential family man. The late Otunba barrister Joseph Afolabi Olasope, who has stood on shoulders of their father to get to great heights in life, and who on Thursday, June 10, 2021, at the Emirates Event Center, Efon, Ekiti State, celebrated their demise father in a big way with the unlimited ethnicities and dances as the Prince Boye Best Band thrilled everyone to good music. The felicities began a day earlier as Baba Olasope's casket was taken round the Efon community, making stopovers at family houses. The procession later halted at Baba's house, but the wake service later commenced hours later that day. Characteristically, series of lovely hymns reigned supreme all through the service. Baba's good life was brought to the fore as families, friends, and well-wishers gave good accounts of his life and times.
Afolabi ṣe gudugudu méje yàyà mẹ́fà. Ọkọ̀ kan pè ní olówó lágbà kúkúrú káfíńtà. Téèyàn bá wọ ọwọ́ wọn mọ̀ pé bàbá tó bí ìyá wa lọ́wọ́ wọn jọ. Bàbá Afolabi Olasope ó daṣọ àṣírí bò wá. Kò tún wá sí òòrùn. Ó kọ́lé lé wa lórí. Ó rẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́. Kò jákójú tì wá. Bí ó ti ẹ̀gbọ́n fún wọn ká fi ṣiṣẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n ó kọ́ wa ní agbára. Afolabi Olasope á gbà wá ní ìyànjú ìgbà míì wọn máa ń ṣòro téèyàn bá sọ pé kí téèyàn bá kọ́yàn láti pẹja ó sàn ju kéèyàn máa fúnyàn lẹ́jà jọ téèyàn bá fọ́lọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ Afolabi Olasope kò ní tòṣì nílé ayé nítorí pé èèyàn kìjí ni ọlọ́fin tó tó èèyàn ni èèyàn tí ò fẹ́ràn ìdọ̀tí ni ọgbà Afolabi ò fẹ́ràn irọ́ kò fẹ́ràn jìbìtì kò fẹ́ràn olè èèyàn gidi ni nínú ìdílé wa ó fi sí òkè lógbòdú ọjẹ ológunde ọ̀bàlú oyè olóòdúrà ni Afolabi Olasope bàbá kọjú sí ìbìlẹ̀ ni ìbọn kọjú sí ẹni bàjẹ́ èyí kan fi sílẹ̀ ẹni bàjẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá gbé wọn lọ́wọ́ sókè àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ ní kíkọ́ ọlọ́wọ́ fi dá wọn lọ́lá amọ́rẹ́ o ọ̀rẹ́ tipẹ́ mọ́rẹ́ o ọkọ̀lé ẹgbẹ́ kò yé mi tó ń jù kéyẹrẹ jọ ni ọkọ̀lé ẹgbẹ́ ọtí famisi kẹ́ẹ̀tọ́ kú ọtí túlẹ̀ ò ṣe Afolabi àdàfọ̀ lọ́nà ọ̀run ni o ìyá ọmọ rẹ̀ ò ní í ṣí mú ọ iṣẹ́ ọmọ dúpẹ́ lọ́rẹ́ o kó o bá wà níbẹ̀ kó o gbọ́ ọmọ dúpẹ́ lọ́rẹ́ ó tún ṣírí ẹ̀yẹ ní ọ̀dà aṣọ èyí àbúrò aṣọ àṣírí ọ̀dà bò lórúkọ Jésù àṣírí ọmọ rẹ̀ ní tú o àṣírí ọ̀dà rẹ̀ ní tú o.
One of his many qualities is one I'll pick out today. For all of us who are being our qualities that the more is humility. Daddy was a very humble man. At the peak pinnacle of his career, he was still very humble. I remember a day I was having lunch with him and he said, "When Daddy Monjon, don't worry, I'll eat your leftovers." When he kill me, when he was my John, Daddy. So all through his journey in life, he was a very humble man. He never was above himself and he treated everybody, every human being that came across him equally. No favoritism, nothing of such. So I implore us to emulate that character and that quality in him. And I thank us, everybody here, very much for coming. Daddy lived a good life. At 83, he lived long, in good health. So,
it was from these attributes of Baba's worthy life that Reverend Samuel Afolabi charged everyone to learn lessons from. As the day drew to an end, guests joined the children of Baba to dance at the Thanksgiving session. These lively times resumed the next day with the crooning of tuneful hymns at the St. Paul's Anglican Church, Efon, where the funeral service took place. While the widows of Baba were in blue lace fabrics, the female children looked adorable in expensive brown lace, and for the males, it was an all-white outfit. Drawing useful lessons from the selfless life Otunba Olasope lived, Venerable Israel Olagunju talked on the topic, the essence of existence.
He has done his best and he performed excellently well. Testimony that we also got, I was highly motivated because you know, you will love to associate with good people. Progressive people who are Nàìjíríà àwọn èèyàn tó dára tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ènìyàn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìlú agbọ́ tó ṣe nínú ìlú o tó ṣe nílé bàbá nílé ìyá sobi tètè ní gbogbo ọ̀nà bàbá ìkájú ààyè rẹ̀ ẹ sọ fẹ́ni tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ní ọ̀ akájú ààyè rẹ̀. The service of celebration in which you need to appreciate God because you have a wonderful father, a man that the community celebrated. Bí o mọ̀ bóyá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní bóyá àwọn tó sọ testimony yẹn bóyá ẹ̀ka nípa nígbà àkọ́kọ́ lánàá. Wọ́n mú bìlíìfì nínú yín ó yẹ kí kànga yọ̀ kó máa sọ pé ọlọ́run ṣe. Sọ bí bàbá bá ti tó lélẹ̀. Gbàdúrà ní gbogbo ọ̀nà ẹ̀ ju bàbá yìí lọ.
The Thanksgiving time soon rolled in as families and children of Baba took turns to file out and dance. Prayers from priests were later made to descend on the widows of Baba. The recessional hymn drew all proceedings in the church to a close as everyone filed out. Baba's remains was later interred at the church cemetery amid sober moments. That was indeed the very end of a great man. Born on June 10, 1937, to illustrious families in Efon, Otunba barrister Joseph Afolabi Olasope had his education in England at the Lincoln's Inn and Council of Legal Education College of Law. Upon his call to the English Barr and later the Nigerian Barr, he secured an appointment with the Federal Ministry of Communications as an investigation officer and prosecuting counsel. He later had his LLB and LLM degrees. A thoroughbred advocate, Barrister Olasope had professional working stints with the chambers of Olajide and Co. and traversed many other private, commercial, and international practices, exhibiting an unparalleled brilliancy and competency all through. Noteworthy of his meritorious services was at the First Bank of Nigeria Limited, where he retired after putting almost 20 years of extreme diligence, hard work, punctuality, and unusual dedication to work, and an establishing an unsurpassable benchmark of successfully performing the duties appertaining to the offices of Company Secretary, Legal Advisor, and Deputy General Manager, thereby becoming the first and last person to handle this in the history of the bank in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. He later in life got involved in politics and governance, holding various sensitive positions. Outside politics, he made scholarly contributions to the media as well as presentations to conferences of Nigerian professionals in the diaspora. In celebrating this great man, whose personnel and image was almost larger than life, the children of Baba gathered their guests at the Emirates Event Center, Efon. feted them lavishly, from the drapes on the walls and the sashes on the seats. The entire hall was a cool blend of orange and white. Guests had nice times under this comfy setting. Sumptuous meals of assorted types and tasty wines dotted every table for the pleasure of all, heightening these pleasures with the melodious renditions of the musician Prince Boyebe's band. It was to this lovely music that the families of Baba danced to first. Before the children of Baba were called up in sequences to dance to upstage. All the children of Baba put up a wonderful show for the final farewell of their father.
Oh,
therefore not surprising that our urbane guests all joined them on the dance floor to wriggle to the thrilling beats of the Prince Boye Best Band. Redcarpet TV spoke with some children of the deceased and some guests.
Barrister Olasope is a wonderful man. He was an erudite lawyer who knew his onions, who I can say is a legal luminary in everything. The man was so passionate about Afolabi, but unfortunately his family, his children were not too close to Afolabi. But from what they have seen today, yesterday and today, about their father, they probably know that their father was a great man who should be emulated, who should be copied in every way. So I am appealing to them to, for God's sake, look back home, to continue with the good works.
I got to meet him when my younger brother married his daughter. I saw him as an easygoing person, as somebody who is always willing to contribute to humanity, and as somebody who is also a loving parent to the children. Encourage the family to be united so that the legacies of the disease can be maintained and improved upon. So let them come together and work hand in hand to promote his legacy.
Otunba was a very humble person. Throughout his life, he's down to earth. He mixes with everybody. He doesn't feel too big. He doesn't look at anybody as too small. He's a man of equality. So I choose to follow that path. And so help me God. Oh, a lot to miss about him. A lot. But one thing definitely is his words of encouragement. He is not short of encouragement. He's always willing to advise, whether you are his son or not. As you can see from what people have said about him, Baba is someone that will motivate you. If Baba gives you an advice and it doesn't work out, know that the fault is on you. He's a very lovely person. Báwo Ògúngbèyìn, ọmọ olórí Ajákànjà Lẹ́nìjọ̀gún.
I'm quite fortunate to have Barrister Joseph Afolabi Olasope MNI as my father. He's a very humble man, hardworking, principled, and very disciplined. And he has very strong ethics, both professionally, and he has strong family values. Humility, because humility is the bedrock of most things. No matter what you think you've achieved, or no matter how much money you think you have, at the end of the day, it's the impact you have on people that matters most, which is what I think I seriously want to take from my dad.
Well, he's a very hardworking man. He's very strict with his children. He gave all his children good education. He was very, very hardworking when he was at First Bank, and everybody knew him for his diligence. What else about him? He is very soft down in his heart, but when you see him, you tend to be scared of him because he's very firm. But he's a very nice person anyway.
He lived a very good life. He was a very humble man. That's one key character that, out of so many, that I'll take from him. Daddy was very humble. He was very steadfast. He was a very disciplined man. He had a successful career as a lawyer in banking and across all board where all the lives that he's impacted. So he's a very daily because I learned a lot from him, and he inspired me and still inspires me
even because I think of him and I have great memories of him.
Dad was a very loving man, very generous. He was always ready to assist people, the less privileged. He was very humble, and he was willing to help. No matter what you come to him with, no matter the challenges, he was willing to help people. His death was so sudden, but I thank God because he lived a good life. He lived a very good life. I miss my dad so much. I miss him so much. I miss him so much because he was always there for me. Always there. He comes visiting me most of the time. Even when I'm married, he still comes. He comes to see my children, to give me fatherly advice. I miss that about him.
My dad is a hardworking man. He's a philanthropist. My dad is an amiable man, very hardworking, a lover of culture, a brilliant lawyer. He loved all his children equally, even his non-biological children. My father is also a giver. My father would give anything at his disposal as long as he had it to help his friends, family, and everybody around him. My father was a giver and also a lover of culture and tradition, and he could blend the culture with his professional life. I love that about him, the way he blends that. The song he liked best when he was on his sick bed was Agbarambe ninu eje Jesu, Agbarambe ninu eje re, Agbarambe ninu eje Jesu, Agbarambe ninu eje re.
From the Redcarpet TV crew, we celebrate with the children as they give the departed their dad, the late Otunba barrister Joseph Afolabi Olasope, a befitting, dignified, and colorful farewell.